Hello lovelies, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to my kitchen, to my channel, Roseanne Can. We're going to be talking about roux today, R-O-U-X. French term, don't let that throw you. It's just equal parts butter and flour, or any kind of fat and flour, that you cook in a pan for a few minutes, and then you add whatever liquid to make a sauce, and it's a thickening agent. So we have some all-purpose flour, we have some butter, some yummy Kerrygold, I like Kerrygold butter, and then we have a box of beef broth, because we don't have any in our refrigerator right now, and that is going to make a gravy along with some salt and pepper. So generally there are 3 different kinds of roux. There's a blonde roux, a medium roux, and a dark roux. The only difference is how long you cook it before you add your liquid. The blonde roux, you just cook it for a few minutes, you melt your fat, add your flour, cook it for a few minutes, then you have a blonde roux. That would be used in a white sauce called a bechamel. Again, don't let the term confuse you. Or you would use it in a fettuccine Alfredo, that's your Alfredo sauce, when you add Parmesan cheese to it. You could add Gruyere, Fontina, cheddar cheese to it, and then you have a base for your mac and cheese. You can put it in a soup to thicken it up. It's your basic blonde roux. If you cook it a little longer, maybe 5 to 6 minutes, you're going to be able to start smelling that toasty, nutty aroma, and that is what you would use to make a brown gravy. Just a little heartier flavor, a little deeper. And then the dark roux, you would cook it for 10 to 15 minutes, and you got to stir that carefully so you don't burn it. That's what you use in Creole or Cajun cooking, your gumbos, jambalaya, that sort of thing. So let's get over there. We're going to get started, and we're going to learn how to make a roux and how to make 2 different kinds of sauces, the bechamel or the white sauce, and a beef gravy. So simple. Let's get going. Follow me over there, behind me, where the stove is. See you in a minute. All right, so now we're going to do this. Our pan has been heating up for a few minutes over medium heat. We're going to add 1/2 a stick of butter, which is 4 tablespoons, and we're going to let it melt, which is always fun to watch. My 4 tablespoons or 1/2 a stick of butter have melted, so I'm going to sprinkle the same amount of flour, 4 tablespoons of flour. 4 tablespoons is the same as a 1/4 cup. So I used my 1/4 cup. We're going to whisk this around and cook this down for just a few minutes. My burner right now is on medium. Over the side there. I'm going to keep whisking it while it cooks. It has been cooking on medium to medium low for about 2 minutes. I can smell that the flour is cooked, starting to smell just a little bit toasty. We're going to take half of it out so that we can make a gravy in a minute, and we're going to use half of it to make a bechamel, so you can see how easy it is. Just put about half of it on a plate here, and we're going to use it in a few minutes. This is what we have. This is a blonde roux or a light roux, and it would be used for a bechamel or a white sauce. So I have some milk here. I'm going to start with about 1 cup of milk, because we have about half of our flour and butter. This is room temperature. It's going to sizzle a little when I put it in. And you just keep whisking while you add it. It will continue thickening as it cooks. Just whisking out the lumps. They're very easy to get out at this point. The fat, in this case butter, coats the flour and keeps it from lumping. All right, I'm going to add some salt and pepper, because I'm going to use this for a bechamel, which is a white sauce. I'm going to add just a small amount of grated nutmeg. This is coming to a boil. I'm going to turn it way down. This is your bechamel. If you added Parmesan cheese to it, it would be an Alfredo sauce, and you can just pour it over your pasta. If you add different types of cheese, I'm going to add a little more milk because it's thickening faster than I want it to. If you add cheddar cheese, fontina cheese, Gruyere, mix it in here and pour it over your macaroni. Give it a bake. You got macaroni and cheese. That's how quick a bechamel is. All right, I emptied out my pan, put the bechamel in a bowl. Didn't even bother cleaning the pan because it's my house. I can do what I want. This is the rest of the roux, approximately half. And I have my burner back on a little bit below medium. And when this cooks down for a couple of minutes, we are going to add some beef broth and make a gravy. I have some broth in a box. It's always nice to make your own, but I find that the box stuff works really well. Just putting it in a cup. Wait for this to get a little toasty here. When you cook, don't forget to smell and look and listen to your food. It tells you stuff. It talks to you. You gotta listen. We're just letting this get a little toastier. I can smell the butter. Not smelling the toasting yet. All right, so we're turning it down. I have a cup of broth set aside. Get my whisk ready. I'm kind of paying attention to how thick or how thin it is. I might not need all that broth. I might need a little more. It's getting thick really quick, so I'm going to use most of the broth. Okay, and I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Now, if you were roasting a chicken or turkey or even a roast, you would definitely use those pan drippings in here. That would just add tons of flavor. But sometimes you just use what you have, and that's okay. Your kitchen, your rules. I want you to start saying that to yourself. I can do this. It's my kitchen. If you like it when you're done, you did it correctly. If you had fun making it, that's even a bonus. All right, we're going to let this cook for just a minute. Starting to simmer, it'll thicken up really well. And then we will have a beef gravy. You could use chicken broth. You would have chicken gravy. Very easy. Let's see how we did. You always want to taste it. For seasoning, you could add more salt or pepper. You could add some Aleppo pepper, crushed red pepper, whatever you like. Oh, that's good gravy. Ooh, we did good. We're getting good at this cooking stuff. All right. So this beef gravy is done. We used more than 3/4 of the cup of broth, but not quite all of it. If you used it all, you could just cook it down a little longer. Your flavor would just intensify. That would be fabulous. Okay, so we did it. We made 2 roux, made by you, roux by you. First one is the bechamel. Just took that roux, added some milk, a little bit of nutmeg, salt, and pepper. Use this on your lasagna, add some cheese, make mac and cheese, add some Parmesan cheese, have a fabulous Alfredo sauce, or just use it to thicken your stews and soups. Then we have our beef gravy, which we just used some boxed beef broth and some salt and pepper. Fabulous, so easy. So there you have one more basic in your arsenal so that you can make anything you want, whenever you want, without getting caught up in the French terms, the roux, the bechamel. Actually, a gravy is called a velouté. If it calls for a velouté, it's just gravy. We just have a little more common words for it. So anyway, have a great day. If you got a chuckle or anything, information out of here that you learned, give me a like, please. If you want to see what we're going to do next, don't forget to follow. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great day.